Okay, so I actually don't want to discuss Gloria's daddy issues in Modern Family, and I don't want to discuss them for a really specific reason, and it's that she did not have them until later in the show, and I hate that, okay? Here's the thing. When Modern Family started, Gloria was not getting together with Jay because she had daddy issues, because she had trust issues, because she had any of that. I mean, she did have trust issues, but we never hear about the daddy issues. Actually, she got with Jay because of the trust issues, because Jay was someone who she could call out on his shit, and he wasn't going to scare her, use intimidation tactics, or leave forever. All of which it seems Javier, her ex-husband, did. So when Gloria met Jay, this guy who's financially secure, emotionally for the most part secure, able to have a relationship with his adult children, and overall just actively like obsessed with Gloria in a healthy way, Gloria went to Jay. And it's actually a really beautiful part of the story, and a piece of also a few other things that I could relate to Claire and Mitchell, because the reason that Claire and Mitchell like Gloria so much by the end of the show, even though the show never fully wants to allow Claire and Gloria to have a full relationship, and that's less because Claire and Gloria, I think, would not have a full relationship, and a lot more to do with the fact that the show really just did not want to give these two characters screen time together for too long unless they could have them at ends, I was trying to say at ends, which I knew didn't make sense, so then I was like trying to switch the word halfway through to odds, but then my brain wouldn't do it. So anyways, the show wanted to have Gloria and Claire at odds continuously for the very specific reason of, look, it's half of a pumpkin. He's half of a pumpkin. He's moon-shaped. And he won't stick in my hand because he's a little melty, because I haven't taken my ice out in a hot second, like my pumpkin ice. So, Gloria and Claire can't be together too often because it would be too, and I'm gonna say Bechdelian, but also, like, Alison Bechdel, the creator of the Bechdel test, doesn't even like the Bechdel test, and honestly, I'm not a huge fan of the Bechdel test either because people use it as, like, the end-all, be-all of what is good media for women, and that's just significantly not true because with the Bechdel test, women could talk to each other once by saying, oh my gosh, thank you for holding the door open for me. Oh my gosh, no problem, my pleasure, have a great day. And that would technically be passing the Bechdel test in a 4-hour movie. And that's, like, and even if that were the only female interaction, the Bechdel test means nothing. But the reason I'm bringing up the concept of the Bechdel test is because most TV shows make it so that if you're going to have female characters, unless it's a show written for women, like specifically for women, they're going to make it so that those women do not get along. And you're going to bring up Parks and Rec. I don't give a shit. You're going to bring up Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I also don't give a shit. Michael Schur shows don't count because he actively was doing things to make sure that his female characters not only have personalities but had backstories, had reasons to be characters, had reasons to be in storylines, had reasons to like each other. Michael Schur shows are completely different than any other TV show that you could ever have. But going back to the Gloria of it all, okay, Claire and Gloria were never going to get along because of the issue of writers not wanting the two women on screen together too often, because there's the other added issue of when women outnumber men in a scene or in real life, or even are equal number to men in a scene or in real life, it will seem like the women are dominating the conversation to men, not because of anything that the women have actually done, not because of the outnumbering, just because of sexism. So, Claire and Gloria were never going to be able to have a perfect relationship because of these issues and because of these things, and because the show constantly wanted to make Gloria at odds with every woman that she meets, which is why Jane Krakowski's character is even in the show in general. I never realized how much Jane Krakowski's name is similar to John Krasinski's until I just mixed them up right there, okay? Anyways, back to it. Now, in the beginning of the show, and something that's really important for me to note here, is before the show started and when they were starting to film, Ed O'Neill, who plays Jay, talked to Sofia Vergara, who plays Gloria, and Ed O'Neill was like, hey, by the way, like, just don't forget, you have to act like you're madly in love with me. Like, you can't forget that part. And so she did. Every time Gloria was with Jay, she was acting like she was madly in love with him. She was attracted to him. She loved being around him. She found him funny. She found him charming. She would get jealous if he was talking about, like, his future marrying somebody else because she wants to be his final wife, okay? With that being said, no reference of daddy issues was added into the series until later when Gloria had already become a very flanderized version of herself. Flanderization is when you take like one specific trait of a character and make that their entire personality, which is done with every single character in Modern Family, which is exhausting and also a large part of the reason why nobody in the show really gets character growth for the most part. But pieces of character growth that we do get absolutely make no sense sometimes, such as the fact that Gloria decides that she wants to become a real estate agent out of nowhere when she decides that she wants to work again, even though there are stories upon stories upon stories about Gloria wanting to like go back to maybe doing hair, and how she misses doing hair, and how she was really good at doing hair, and how she was like very talented at the specific thing, and then instead she decides to go into real estate for absolutely no reason other than they couldn't figure out who would take over the real estate license entire thing, even though Haley was right there, Luke was right there, storylines were written back into the show that would have made sense for this. So when they're adding in these other things with Gloria, or like adding in the fact that she decides to baptize Haley's kids without Haley's permission because of all these horrendous things, which are added in very early into the show but do get worse, progressively worse as the show goes on, that's when they decide to bring in Gloria's daddy issues. And Gloria's daddy issues are so frustrating because they bring in this photo of portrait of Gloria's father, and he looks exactly like Jay but with a tan and a mustache, which is a frustrating thing that people do. And Gloria is just like, wasn't my father so handsome? And it's just Jay with a tan and a mustache, and everyone's like, oh my god, this is so freaky, oh my god, this is so weird. And it's the same concept as when Gloria has her puppet and he's like this angry old man, and they're like, oh, so she just fell in love with her puppet. She like found dad charming because she fell in love with her puppet. That's so funny and weird. And it's like, it takes away the concept that a younger woman can fall in love with an older man, which, when Gloria, again, is in her 30s, has already had a child, has already lived a life, is falling in love with this man who's in his 60s, it's a completely different thing than someone in their 30s falling in love with a 15-year-old, and I'd like to make that very clear from right here, right on, right now. So when Gloria falls in love with Jay, it takes away, and they try to make it a daddy issues thing, it takes away all of these things that have proven time and time again that Gloria is with Jay for the long haul, because Jay is the person who treats Gloria as a human being instead of a hot piece of ass. And we also get the added benefit of seeing the person who treats her most like a hot piece of ass consistently, and this person puts her on a pedestal most consistently and acts like she's perfect most consistently, Phil, and how Gloria doesn't fall for any of his shit consistently because she doesn't want someone who's going to put her on a pedestal. She doesn't want someone that's just going to treat her like she's a hot piece of ass. She doesn't want someone who's only like looking at her for her boobs and her ass and her perfect face. She wants someone who's going to see her as a whole person. She wants someone who's going to treat her like an actual human being with feelings and with emotions and with like the anger issues that she has. She wants someone who's going to challenge her consistently instead of constantly bowing down to her. And that person is never going to be Phil. That person was always going to be Jay, and Jay is the one who treats her as a full person. And then to add in the daddy issues of it all takes away the entirety of that character, because it's never mentioned before. It's never even joked about before. It's never brought even into context of, oh, maybe Gloria just has daddy issues and that's why she's with Jay, when they're making all of these gold digger jokes and how she was just with him for his money. No, it's not brought up, so it frustrates me so much that when we finally start learning about Gloria's family, and specifically Gloria's father, the only reason that we're really learning about him is to show that the only reason that Gloria could ever actually be into Jay is because she has daddy issues, which also takes away the part of Gloria having a healthy family dynamic and loving her family and screwing over her sister, but loving her parents consistently, and it's a very frustrating thing to have the show do. And that's not even bringing in the Jay daddy issues of it all. Also, I hit 300,000 followers. I said like a day ago or 2 days ago that I was really scared that this app was going to end before I was ever able to hit 300,000 followers. And today, just now, I hit 300,000 followers, and this is like, it's insane. It's so exciting. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much to everyone who follows me, for everyone who tags along, for everyone who's in this community, because we want to like listen and talk about shows and analyze shows as if they're real life, even though people try to shame us and mock us for it. Because you know what? Being able to analyze media like this is an important skill that people should have, and the fact that people now overlook it for other skills, taking away the concept of other skills is actually a very frustrating, demeaning thing for me to do. But what I mean here is people saying that it's just a show are missing so much of the point of what life is, which is life is like what media bases itself off of. So to be able to talk about the show is to be able to talk about life, to be able to relate things to television or to movies or to books or to poetry, is to be able to relate things to your life so you can explain and better understand your life and your scenarios and your emotions and all of this. So thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And also, we are manifesting that this app is not going anywhere, because it's not. But if it is, YouTube, it's right there. I will do YouTube Shorts. I will do Insta Shorts. I will learn how to shorten this content once again so I can post on YouTube and Insta Shorts, because they only allow you 90 seconds, and I have been really taking over the 10-minute feature. But I will also be posting my videos on Instagram itself and on YouTube itself. If this video app goes away, which it won't, but if it does, go follow me on YouTube. I'm jacfrostisreal, no K and Jack. Go follow me on Instagram. I'm jacfrostisreal, no K and Jack. Why Jack Frost is real with no K and Jack, you ask? Because that's my name. My name is Jack Frost. I'm Jack Frost without the K. Go follow me. Go follow me. Be with me forever. Stay. Come play with us. I hate that I referenced The Shining, because I hate The Shining, and I also hate every Stanley Kubrick film that's ever been invented or existed, but come play with us. So anyways, I also just love this sweater. I just want to play in it all day. I feel like a little girl again in like the best possible way. I just love frills. Okay, anyways, thank you. I love you. You're the best.